Hello and welcome to another episode of Bushcraft Dave. Thank you for joining me in this very special edition of my channel. In today's episode, you are going to see my top 5 Trangia cooks from 2022. I've done lots of cooking and these have come out as my favourites. Hopefully they've provided some inspiration for dishes that you might like to do yourselves, or maybe you want to copy these as well. So thank you for joining me, and sit back and enjoy the top 5 Trangia cooks from 2022. Four slices of bread, which we're going to toast by just simply putting some butter on either side of the bread and then putting it in the fry pan to sort of golden it really. We'll also need 2 eggs, which I've brought in a little egg container, which we'll get out the eggs in a bit. Some butter. I've gone for salted butter, but it doesn't really matter. Some butter. 2 slices of just mature cheddar cheese and 2 slices of like a chili spicy cheese one for me, which should be super tasty. And I think that's pretty much it. Hang on, let me just check from the book. Oh, it says fresh oregano. I'm going to chuck some dried in, I don't care. And finally some barbecue sauce, which we can dip the egg sandwiches into in a bit. So we very quickly use some of the melted butter, buttered both sides of the bread that I've cut down. Put the bread in, let it do a thing for a bit, let that butter sort of melt and toast and golden. Do the same with the other side. We'll toast all this bread up and then we'll get on with making the sandwich, yeah? So we've got our 2 slices of toasted bread. Yep, so with your cheese, put 1 slice of cheese on each loaf of bread, slice of bread. Nice. So, and then just a little sprinkling of oregano. So if there's one that's a sprinkle, yeah, just a little light sprinkling of oregano on it. Put the bread slices together, 2 and 2. So I think that means just put the cheese on top of the cheese. We need to cut out a 4 centimetre hole with a knife. So we're going to cut out, in the middle of that, a 4 centimetre hole. So
probably like where that gap is.
Maybe about that big?
Yeah, probably that little hole that we made by accident. Actually coming in handy.
So we've got cheese and toast. So we need to put some butter in the fry pan, put the bread on it, crack an egg in the hole, and then fry it for a couple of minutes on each side. Is it hot? Took a big bite like Daddy does. Is it good? I'll try to put a bite of this, but the eggs fell out.
It's so good.
That's excellent.
I'm gonna have this for breakfast.
Right, I'm going to cook my other one with some chili cheese in it, but if that's anything to go by, it's going to be a cracker. Difficult to do, to get the egg to cook on top before flipping it over. Putting the pan on top definitely works, you just got to be leaving it as long as you can and trusting that underneath it's not burning, that the butter that's there and the cheese all sort of glazes it. It's a cracker. There we go, a quick-ish Trangia mini cook from the Trangia Moment Cook Book. Right, while that's heating up, I'll just show you the ingredients I've brought with me today. It's very, very simple. I've got a little carton of oil, and I've got just a packet with one tortilla wrap in it. Let me show you what's inside the thermos bag. I've got some mayonnaise, a little pot of just sweet chili, something I got for free from Burger King, so just some chili sauce, some halloumi cheese, which I'm going to slice up in a minute, and this is the big one, 100 grams of frozen chips. Now this is about 200 grams of halloumi cheese. I'm actually only going to use half of this for one person. The recipe in the book says it's for two and you'd need 200 grams, but I'm only cooking for me and I'm cooking on the Trangia Mini, so I'm only going for half of this. So I'm going to use my small Trangia fry pan from the Trangia Mini. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in there, let it get hot just for a little while, and then fry it off. Might have to do this in batches. Do these couple first. We'll just give them a little bit longer on that side, fry off the other two, and then we're on to the fries. Now it does say to cook these French fries over a high heat. So I brought them in just a little container. They were in my thermos pack. They're going to be slightly defrosted, but they're still pretty hard. I would never in a million years have thought of bringing any kind of French fries or chips out on a hike, but those clever people at Trangia, they must know better than us. So it seems the key to putting this dish together in the end, the halloumi can cope with just cooling down. It's gone crispy. It'd be lovely to get it in hot, but we're trying to cook two things at once. It's the chips that we want to keep hot. So I'm going to cook them up until they're nice and golden and crispy. Whack them into the wrap, stick in the halloumi cheese, mayo and the chili sauce. We're going to be good to go. We'll show you that in a second. Okay, first thing to go in is the chips. I've just got a little packet of salt just to sprinkle on there. Right, then we go in with the halloumi, which is going to add more saltiness. And then we'll go with a drizzle of mayonnaise and some of the Heinz sweet chili. Lovely. Right, let's fold it and see what we've got. The halloumi and French fry wrap. Right then, time to tuck into this bad boy. I nearly bit it on the way over to sit down here. It tastes incredibly good. There's almost something almost weirdly a bit seasidey about it. It's not quite fish and chips or anything, but there's something about it that reminds me of that. The recipe in the book does say serves 2, so with the slightly bigger fry pan, you could do the 200 grams of chips, no problem. You could do the full amount of the halloumi cheese. You'd still have to do it in batches, I think. But for me, going out on my travels on my own with the Trangia Mini, which is super light, ridiculous how much lighter that is compared to the 27. Just one bag with one wrap in it, and that thermos bag, which is the same size as a normal sort of lunchbox style thing. Pretty much everything was in that. So I could take that out on a hike with a very, very small rucksack. I wouldn't need much of a rucksack at all. Really simple, really easy. From the Trangia Moments Cookbook, the halloumi and French fry wrap with mayo and sweet chili sauce. Absolutely fantastic. Just removed half to give me a bit more space in the pan. So there we have it. Prawn, egg fried rice, carrot, peanuts. I've even stuck some prawn crackers on the side. Now I made this on the Trangia 27 because I wanted to make a bigger portion because I've been out for a walk today. But look, I've got another pan full. It's a big old meal. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's really good. You know what would have been a useful idea for making this dish? Those of you that seen my cook from maybe walk number 3, when I did a Chinese chicken chow mein, maybe I should have brought my wok out with me. Delicious. Potatoes sort of steam for a bit, let them try and dry off. Some oil in the pan. We'll go heavy on the chorizo. I've just got one of them dual packs. This is about 70 grams. That. Got some bacon lardons, smoked bacon lardons. Coming together nicely. I'm quite happy for it to go a bit gnarly. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do whilst it's warm is I'm going to put the cheese on into it. I've just got a bag of 4 cheese mix. What's it got in it? Mozzarella, Edam, mature cheddar and Monterey Jack. Perfect for melting. So I'll chuck in a handful of cheese. Give it a mix. We'll let that melt. The fry pan lid just over the top of it. Anyway, we've got the old silver top of me Trangia 27. Not been used for quite some time. Whack some oil in. And I've got a good old egg. We'll crack in. Just let that get hot first. Okay, we've got the cheesy potato, bacon, onion mix. Bit of egg on top. Delish. Right, let's try it. Picado de chorizo. Let's see if it's anything like the same as the meal that I had the other night at that restaurant. So try and get a bit of everything, bit of egg, bit of bacon, bit of chorizo. Super delicious. Really easy dish. Nice simple set of ingredients that you can take with you on a long hike. Just a few bits of chorizo, bacon, an onion, some cheese, potato. Really easy, really delicious, super filling. So let's have a look. I've got my spam fritter. I'll dip it in a bit of the chili sauce, which does just look like crushed chilies. You got to get the crunchometer on this one. Do you know what? I genuinely don't think you can go wrong with a spam fritter. Take a tin of spam on your travels, a little bit of flour, a bit of water. You probably have water anyway. You don't need to have the chili sauce. Probably stick an egg in there if you want to. Some baked beans, chopped tomatoes. Dead easy. Just quickly mix up the flour and water to as thick a consistency as you want. Fry an egg. Let's have a bit of egg and spam together. I did frustratingly crack the egg and break the yolk, as you saw. But do you know what? It's still going to be delicious, isn't it? Spam and egg. Delicious. Really simple dish. You could do that. I've done it on the Trangia 27. You could easily do that in the Trangia Mini. Probably just one slice of spam at a time. Absolutely fantastic little dish. Well, there you have it. I don't know whether they were your favourites from my channel this year, but they were certainly my favourites. Hopefully 2023 is going to see a lot more cooking and a lot more new ideas and inspirational stuff to come up with on me cooking, and maybe even just some classics as well. Other than that, thank you for joining me. Make sure you give this video a like, a comment, and make sure if you've enjoyed the cooking in it, you subscribe. Hope you've had a good one. Enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.